Hello and welcome to Reviews with Ryan, and today we talk about the brand new comedy film called Dog. This film was directed by Channing Tatum and Reed Carolyn, and this is both their directorial debuts. If you like movie reviews and Blu-ray hauls, you're in the right spot. Hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and comment if you're interested in seeing Dog, and if you have seen this film, what are your thoughts on the film? Now without further ado, let's jump into my review on this new comedy film. Two fellow Army Rangers are paired together to go onto a road trip and race down to the Pacific coast to attend a fallen soldier's funeral. The film stars Channing Tatum and Kevin Nash. So fellow soldier Briggs is tasked with bringing Lulu to this funeral and driving to Arizona to get there. And you can really tell in this film that he really has some struggles. He has some head trauma that he has suffered. He has some bruises and scrapes and scars. And he's really having a tough time. He's just really having a tough time even establishing any relationships. And you can tell that he really has issues really establishing anything or any kind of connection with people. You can tell he's kind of a angry and bitter person. And he's kind of a jerk the way he treats this dog throughout the film and being really selfish. Along the way, there is a lot of different people that he meets. And I don't really think with certain scenes it really adds a ton to the movie, but certain scenes it really shows that he really is a selfish person and he really thinks of himself. But at the same time, he's gone through a lot of hardships, so you kind of sympathize with his character a little bit. I don't really have a lot of positives about this movie, but I really like seeing the dog on screen. The funny moments in the trailer, especially the hotel scene, is pretty funny. But just know that going into this film, a lot of the funny scenes and comedy for this film, it's really all in the trailer. There really isn't any kind of surprises with the humor. And then also the scenery as they're driving down the Pacific coast is really beautiful. It looks really nice on screen. There's not a ton of shots of this scenery, but when there is those shots, it looks really nice on screen. And if you've never been out to the Pacific coast, it really looks really cool just seeing this scenery as the film goes on. As far as my negatives for this film goes, it's a very ordinary film. It's very simplistic. You get exactly what the plot summary says. And the film does feel a little bit longer than it should be. I really thought this was like a 2-hour movie and it's been 1 hour and 41 minutes. It probably could have shaved a little bit off as there's not really a lot going on at times. I really felt that the bond between Briggs and the dog, it really doesn't really develop as far as just a connection until like the last 20 minutes of the film. And I think because that development of this bond between the dog and Briggs, it really did not really capture my emotions that much towards the end of the film, because when this film wraps up, I just didn't feel that emotion with these two characters because they didn't do a really good job having this bond with this dog and Briggs. And I think part of that is because Briggs in the film, he's very closed off. Rather than not calling by the name of Lulu, he just calls her dog. And because he does that, it really kind of shows that his emotions are not wrapped up and he doesn't want to wrap his emotions into this dog. So because he is like that and a very closed off character, it's very hard to really get into that bond for me. And my final thoughts on this film, I really think this is a very simplistic kind of film. There's no twists or turns. You're getting a lot of Channing Tatum and the dog in this film, so at times it's really Briggs really just talking to the dog, and obviously the dog is not going to talk back. There's not a lot of comedy. The comedy that is in this film is all from the trailer, and it's just not really anything that really is groundbreaking. I really would suggest, if you really like dog kind of films, I really would check out Art of Racing in the Rain. That is a really good movie and has a really good story and definitely makes up what this movie lacks. And I really can't recommend that film enough. So if you're into dog movies, definitely check out that film. I'm gonna give a score of this film a 2 out of 5. It's not really anything too great. It really didn't really make me want to rewatch this film or revisit the characters in this. It isn't very emotional for me, and it really just didn't really give me that oomph that I wanted as a really good dog story. Thank you guys for watching this review, and I'll see you guys on my next one.